Guys, welcome back to my channel English in a Blink, and today I bring you a lesson on IELTS essay writing. Yes, you heard me right. I know I took a little break from IELTS and I was looking at things which could help my students who just started learning. But today, like I said, I'm going to give you tips on how to improve your essay writing. So this one is not to be missed. Okay, without wasting time, let's go. Okay, so starting with our first paragraph, which is the introduction. Okay, so what do you do with introduction? In your first paragraph, you have to make sure that you grab the reader's attention and you also provide the main point of the whole essay. So when you're opening, always remember in your first paragraph, you have to catch the reader's attention and you have to make sure that the reader understands, like if whatever the topic is about, what is your stand, all right? So where is it that you are going to take your essay? That should be very clear in your first paragraph, okay? So what can you use to make all that happen in your first paragraph? You can use your descriptive words, you can use your anecdotes, a striking question or an interesting fact related to your topic, to draw the reader in. Okay, so you can, when you are making your point, you can start it with an anecdote. You can tell like a story, make it a little relatable, personalized. It's always a good idea. And like I said before, you have to make sure that the reader is glued to what you're writing. It catches their attention. That is very important. All right, so here I'm giving you like an idea what you can do. So the topic is, do you think teenagers should have jobs while they are still students? So this is the topic. Now this is the topic that someone has to write. Let's say it was you who has to write an essay. And I have given you an idea what and how you're going to take it forward. So this is your first paragraph. Like I said, you can open it, make it a little personalized. So someone has said, I have worked ever since I was 10. As a teenager, I cleaned houses for my family members, made smoothies at an ice cream parlor, and cleaned tables at various restaurants. So again, talking about my life story. So I'm making it, relatable. Maybe there are more people like that. So you are making it like an anecdote, trying to catch the attention. I did it all while carrying a pretty good grade point average in school. And I definitely believe that teenagers should have jobs while they are still students, because a job teaches discipline, earns them cash for school, and keeps them out of trouble. Okay, so this was your opening paragraph, and you have made very clear that you are in favor of teenagers working, while they are studying. So you have how many, plus added points you have added, that it's good to be earning. You said that it makes you self-sufficient, it teaches you discipline, and it earns you cash. All right, so 3 things that you have said is that they should have jobs while they are studying because it teaches you discipline, earns you cash, and keeps them out of trouble, right? Because you don't have time to be, deviating, and then you're focused. So these are the 3 things which you will have to stick while you are going your second and third and fourth paragraph. Okay, so this was your first. Now moving on to second, third, all right, these paragraphs, and fourth, what you have to do. So paragraph 2, this is what you do. 2 to 4, you're going to be explaining your points. So like I said, you have made it very clear that you are in favor of this topic. You think that teenagers should work, all right? And like I said, you stated 3 things. You said it's good to earn cash, it's good to teach you discipline, and it keeps you out of trouble. Okay, and this is what you have to do in your next paragraphs. You have to unfold, you have to make these 3 statements clear. So in your paragraph 2, explain the first point about your thesis. Teenagers should have jobs while they are students because the job teaches you discipline. Okay, so this is what you're going to do in your second paragraph. You're going to explain this, like how, why did you say that? Explain it a little further. This is what your second paragraph is going to be. Third paragraph explains the second point from your thesis, which is teenagers should have jobs while they are still a student because a job earns them cash for school. This should be your third paragraph. Fourth paragraph, it explains the third point from your 3 C's, which is teenagers should have jobs while they are still students because a job keeps them out of trouble. Easy peasy. It's not that difficult. Now, one thing that you have to make sure is that when, your transitions, they should be very, very smooth. So for your transition from your second to third paragraph, from third to fourth, they should be very, very smooth. Now, starting, let's say this was your last line, all right? So this is what you said. I definitely believe that teenagers should have jobs while they are still students because a job teaches discipline. Okay, so this is your first, which is your going. So you take this line and you start your second paragraph with this, and then you unfold. So, well, as I already said, that it teaches you discipline, and then you go ahead, make it smooth. Similarly, when you're going to start with your third paragraph, all right, so when you're starting it, again, open the line with make transitions very smooth. All right, so it should be free flowing. It shouldn't look that you're making an effort to do something. All right, so it's very easy. You made your 3 points in your second, third, and fourth paragraph. Make them clear. Give your stand. What exactly do you think of them? Okay, so like I wrote over here, in each of the 3 paragraphs, your first sentence will be the point you are explaining from your thesis. So something that I just explained to you. So you take first line and then you explain why you said so. So you said that it's good because it teaches you discipline. Explain that, all right, in your second paragraph. Third, you said it's good because it earns you cash. Again, same thing. You explain that because it makes you self-sufficient, and you don't have to, you learn it from a very early age, importance of money, all of that. You can explain that in your third. And then last one is that you said that, it keeps you out of trouble. This is again a problem with teenagers. It's a very good point, and you can explain that you don't have time, you become disciplined, and what else can you want? You stay away from all the troubles that teenager has to face. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Make it very, very smooth. And the last sentence should transition you to the next topic. So again, this is what I said. Transitions should be very smooth. Okay, so here is an example of what paragraph 2 would look like. So first, again, we were talking about, second paragraph first, teenagers should have jobs while they're still students because a job teaches discipline. This is what we said, right? This is the line we left at. So this is where we start. When I was working at the ice cream store, I had to show up on time or I would have got fired. So you are explaining the importance of being punctual. That taught me how to keep a schedule, which is a big part of learning discipline. Yeah. As I cleaned the floors and washed the windows, I knew they would be checking up on me. So I worked hard to do my best, which taught me an important facet of discipline, which is thoroughness. But being disciplined isn't the only reason it's a good idea for teenagers to work during school. It can also be in the money. Okay, so do you see what is happening? So it is a very smooth. So you are leaving it here, all right, so that you can start your third paragraph where you're going to be explaining about good money. Okay, so this is what I mean when I'm saying that, your transitions should be very smooth. Okay, so what you have to do, starting your first paragraph, second, third, fourth, you explained. What do you have to do? Conclude your essay in your fifth paragraph. Yes, conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion, made up of 3 to 5 sentences, again has 2 purposes: to recap what you have stated in the essay. All right, so you want to compile everything, like summarize what was your point, what is it that you wanted to say. So you have to have like a little summary and leave a lasting impression on the reader. This is very important, isn't it? So when you want, the reader should finish it, he should be like, oh, wow, this was so good. That's all we want. And that's what gets you marks. So restate the 3 major points of your essay in different words. All right. So I cannot stress enough. All right. If you haven't, just go back. I have given you, in my previous IELTS preparation, I have said that, when I was giving you tips, I have said that repetition is not good. So when you're restating the facts, the 3 major points, don't make your repetitions. All right. So you don't use the same words. To leave a lasting impression, your last sentence are keys.
All right, so your sentences, they are the key. You have to make sure to use correct usage of your grammar, correct usage of your adjectives, all right? Leave the reader with something to think about before ending the paragraph. You could try a quote, a question, an anecdote, or simply a descriptive sentence, all right? So when you're closing it, you should leave, like I said, a lasting impression. They should be thinking about. So if you can leave them with a question, which they can think about, good. You can also leave them with a quote, which will also leave them thinking about something, which is also a good idea. So again, you can choose whatever you want. Again, an example of your conclusion. I can't speak for anyone else, but my experience has taught me that having a job while being a student is a very good idea. Not only does it teach people to have character in their lives, it can give them the tools they need to succeed, like money for college tuition or good reputation. Sure, it's hard to be a teenager without the added pressure of a job, but with all the benefits of having one, it's too important not to make the sacrifice. Like Mike would say, just do it. Okay, so again, you summarized everything, what was, you were in favor of the line that you had to write the essay. Then you gave a few points, what your essay was about, and then you concluded it with a quote. Was it good? I'm sure you'll be able to do the same if you will remember these points, all right? So you start in your first paragraph, you have to make an impression, use, your anecdotes. You can use your, everlasting, something that is, grab the attention. That is very important. So first paragraph is very important. It is crucial. You have to grab the reader's attention, all right? And then you make sure what exactly is it that you're going to talk about. Are you in favor or are you in against? What exactly that you want to talk about? You make sure you have stated that in your first paragraph, and in your second, third, or fourth paragraph, you take them forward, all right? Make your transitions smooth, and while you are concluding your essay, again, you make sure that you recap what you have stated in the essay, and you have to leave a lasting impression, people. All right. So I'm sure if you will remember this, it's going to be good.
Right, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. And I'm sure next time you're going to be writing your essay, you'll keep all these things in your mind. All right. Don't forget, you have to grab the reader's attention, and you also have to leave a lasting impression. Okay. Until we meet next time, don't forget to like, press the subscribe button, and spread the word. See you guys.